Hello children, a very warm welcome to the virtual session again. So, let us see, we are going to continue with chapter Acid, Bases and Salts part 4. So, let us see what are we going to do today. We are going to do chapter 2 Acid, Bases and Salts. We are going to learn acids today. So, in acids, what are we learning today? Let us see. We will see some natural acids, some organic acids, and we will see some inorganic acids. Organic acids are naturally obtained from plants and animals. Inorganic acids obtained from minerals and rocks. So we are going to see that, and then we will see some chemical properties today of the acids. So let us begin. Some natural acids we have source, and the acid obtained here we have orange is lemon, you get from citric acid. Apples you get malic acid. Tomato contains oxalic acid. Tamarind, that is imli, contains tartaric acid. Curd or sour milk contains lactic acid. Vinegar has acetic acid. Proteins will have amino acids. So these are some naturally obtained acids, children. If you have already taken down notes, you need not write again. Then you have some common acids here, which is obtained from minerals and rocks. These are inorganic acids. We can synthesize this in the lab as well. Here you have hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3, acetic acid CH3COOH, formic and methanoic acid. The other name, the IUPAC name, methanoic acid, that is HCOOH, carbonic acid H2CO3, phosphoric acid H3PO4. So you need to know the formulae of all these acids, which is suggested for all children. Then you have reactions of acids, that is you are learning chemical properties of acids here. Now let us see some general equations. You have to just write equations here. Here you have to just follow the general equation, and you can put your own examples and make your own reactions and balance equations. Since you know balancing of chemical equations, you can easily do this. Now always metal and acid will give you metal salt plus hydrogen gas. H2SO4 plus zinc, simple examples we have discussed here, will give you zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So a general chemical equation is acid plus metal will give you metal salt plus hydrogen gas. And then you can put your own examples, you can put your own chemicals and try out the reactions, and you know the reactivity series. So you should know which reaction is possible and which is not. Now HCl, you are reacting with Mg to give you MgCl2 plus H2. You take care of the balancing of the equations, children. Whenever you write chemical equations, you have to balance it. So please see the balancing. HCl plus zinc will give you zinc chloride plus H2, hydrogen gas again. HCl plus Fe will give you FeCl2 plus hydrogen. But when you react HCl with copper, there is no reaction. Why? Because you know the reactivity series. So hydrogen lying below, copper lying below hydrogen in the reactivity series. Therefore, copper is less reactive than hydrogen. So it will not be able to displace hydrogen from HCl. That's why there will be no reaction. HCl will not react with copper because copper lies below hydrogen in the reactivity series. So the reactivity of metals in the decreasing order, over here you can see with acid with metals. So when metals react with acid, the decreasing order of the reactivity you can see. Magnesium, most reactive we have seen over here, zinc, then Fe, and then copper. Copper will not react at all. So this is the reaction of metals with some common acids which you know. Then with metal carbonates and hydrogen metal carbonates. Hydrogen metal carbonates means bicarbonates, commonly called as bicarbonates. Like metal carbonates, you will have sodium carbonate, and hydrogen metal carbonate means sodium bicarbonate. So they will differ in the formula. Sodium carbonate Na2CO3 and sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3. Now here we will discuss a common this general equation, acid plus metal carbonates or hydrogen metal carbonates. Anyone you can put over there and you can find the reaction. So it will give you metal salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. This is a general equation. You can put your own examples of acid and metal carbonates and bicarbonates, and then you can find this will guide you to get the products. So over here, sulfuric acid reacting with sodium carbonate give you sodium sulfate is a salt plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be released. Similarly, here you can see HCl reacting with sodium bicarbonate giving you sodium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be released. So once you know the general formula, general equation, general chemical equation will help you to put some examples on your own and find out the reactions and balance it. Then over here you need to understand, children, you have to very carefully understand the terms in the paper, in the test paper. Whenever the terms appear like limestone, chalk, marble, eggshell, anyone or any two, all of them reacting with HCl means calcium carbonate reacting with HCl. So all they are made up of calcium carbonate, limestone, chalk, marble, eggshell. So they have shown the reaction here. You will get a salt calcium calcium carbonate reacting with hydrochloric acid will give you calcium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be released. Now next reaction over here you can see HCl reacting with sodium carbonate gives you NaCl plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be released. Now here this test is repeated because you have to, here it is showing the confirmatory test for carbon dioxide which is there for your practicals as well. How do you confirm the gas releases carbon dioxide gas? So you have to pass this gas through lime water. The lime water is calcium hydroxide. So this is a practical based equation and it's very important as far as your theory and practical is concerned. So it's extremely important. If you have not written, please take it down. How do you confirm the presence of carbon dioxide gas in the test tube or in the test which you have done? So you pass it through lime water. What will happen? The lime water is colorless. When you pass it through lime water, carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide, that is lime water, will react to give you some milky suspension because of formation of calcium carbonate, and water will remain as a medium. So due to the formation of calcium carbonate, there will be milkiness in the solution. What happens when you continuously pass carbon dioxide that is in excess? The reaction will continue. Again calcium carbonate plus H2O, in the next step you will take plus carbon dioxide you add continuously. What will happen? The milkiness will disappear because there is a formation of calcium bicarbonate. See the formula, Ca bracket HCO3 twice. This is soluble in water and the milkiness will disappear because there is a formation of calcium bicarbonate which is soluble, and the milkiness will disappear. Again solution will become colorless. So this part is extremely important, children. If you have not written in your notebook, please write it down. You have to write all the chemical equations in your notebook. You need not write too much of theory in chemistry. Most importantly, you have to practice equation. All your answers should be supported by chemical equations, children. I hope you all have taken down this. Now with basis, very simple, you have learned in your previous class, in your smaller classes you have learned acid react with base to give you a neutralization reaction. That means there is a formation of salt and water. So your general equation, acid plus base gives you salt plus water. Simple example, you can write more example, many more, because your already is very simple, very extremely simple. So now acid, suppose simple, you take very simple acid H2SO4 plus a base sodium hydroxide will react to give you a salt sodium sulfate plus water. You can add many more examples, like you can take HCl plus potassium hydroxide will react to give you KCl plus H2O, and balancing you can do as many as you want. You can add over here the simple neutralization reaction just for you to practice. You can add more. Then with metallic oxides, what are metallic oxides? Those are oxides which have metal as one of the positive radical. That means one of the component of the salt is metal. That you, some example: potassium oxide, sodium oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, manganese oxide, dioxide. So all these are metallic oxides. And what is the general formula when it react with acid? Metal oxide will give you salt plus water. So here you can substitute some examples here and you can see the reaction and see the products form here. So you have sulfuric acid reacting with calcium oxide to give you calcium sulfate plus water. Similarly, you do reaction with HCl, calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is also called as quicklime. And calcium hydroxide is called as lime water or slake lime. Please mark this, is extremely important. CaO is called as quicklime and Ca bracket OH2 is called as slake lime or lime water. So these chemical substances are extremely important as far as your syllabus is concerned for theory as well as for practicals. So now over here HCl reacting with CaO give you calcium chloride plus H2O. Then you have a reaction with copper oxide. So here you will get a bluish green. You will get a bluish green over here CuCl2 plus H2O. So this reaction should be very clear with your children because the general form of the equation is already given. You just have to substitute some examples and find the products. So are all compounds containing hydrogen acidic? Now we are studying properties of acids, so we need to know some of the other aspects of acids. So let us have a look on the concept of whether all the compounds containing hydrogen will be acidic or not. So let us see, all compounds containing hydrogen not acidic. Why? Because we have defined acid as the substance which when dissolved in water dissociate to give you H plus ions. So let us see why some compounds containing hydrogen then too they are not acid. Because when compound like glucose C6H12O6, ethanol C2H5OH, though you can see over here they have hydrogen, when you dissolve in water they will not produce H plus ions because the bond formation between them between carbon, hydrogen, oxygen stronger. Hydrogen cannot leave that bond and cannot dissociate into water. That's why you can see over here it will not produce H plus ions. Therefore glucose and ethanol is not an acid. This can be confirmed by checking for conduction of electricity. As you all know, acids conduct electricity because of the presence of H plus ions. So glucose and ethanol will not conduct electricity, therefore they are not acids. So this question can appear as to justification, justify glucose and ethanol they have hydrogen in the compound, then too they will not conduct electricity or they are not acidic in nature. So you need to justify as per we discussed just now. Why does rainwater conduct electricity and distilled water does not? So we will see over here. This is again a justification question. Give reason, 2 marks question here. Distilled water does not contain any acid, base or salt which may dissociate to produce ions. So to conduct electricity we need ions, whereas distilled water will not contain any acid, base or salt which will dissociate to produce ions. Therefore it will not conduct electricity. Whereas rainwater, as you know, will contain the dissolved gases. Nowadays so much of pollution, so much gas going, different type of harmful gases going in the atmosphere and coming back with the rain. So they dissolve in the rainwater and they come down as an acid rain. So now the harmful content is more because of more pollution. So they dissolve and they become rainwater have acids. What kind of acid the rainwater will have? So now gases over in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, which form carbonic acid, nitric acid and sulfuric acid, which will dissociate to produce H plus ions and hence it will conduct electricity. So because of the dissolving of various gases in the atmosphere, there's a formation of some amount of acid in the rain which will dissociate to give H plus ions. Hence it is possible for the rainwater to conduct electricity. Now dry HCl is not acidic but on contact with water turns acidic. This is extremely important question, children. You have this kind of question, 2 marks in justification. So please try and understand. Dry HCl is not acidic but on contact with water turns acidic. As you all know, HCl is an acid, but where the acidic behavior or the nature will be shown. Dry HCl gas, if you take, it is not acidic. Why? Because you know, when you bring here the reaction given over here to form HCl, how do you get HCl gas? So this reaction NaCl plus concentrated H2SO4 will give you sodium sulfate plus freshly prepared HCl gas. So HCl gas, if you want and you want to check in the lab, so you will do this reaction, you will get a gas of HCl. Then what you will do, bring dry blue litmus paper near the mouth of the test tube and allow HCl to pass over it. It does not change color. Where we were expecting that HCl should change color, blue litmus should turn red, but it will not happen because, let's see, because when we bring wet blue litmus paper near the mouth of the test tube and allow HCl to pass over it, it will turn red. So why? Because in the presence of water, when you are getting a wet litmus paper, it is coming in contact with water, the gas is coming in contact with water, then HCl will dissociate to give you H plus ions, and therefore it will behave like an acid. So in the wet condition, in the moist condition, or in presence of water, HCl will behave as an acid. In the dry form it will not, because it has to dissociate into H plus ions so that it will show the acidic behavior as per the definition of an acid. Now we are using here dry to absorb moisture, and you see that HCl gas is completely dry, and I want to check because you have to take care of the experimental errors. So we use calcium chloride, which is a very good absorbent of moisture. Calcium chloride is always used as a absorbent of dehydrating agent. It will take away all the moisture. So the role of calcium chloride is just discussed here. You have to take down as a question over here, justify. Dry HCl is not acidic but on contact with water turns acidic, justify. 2 marks question. So now uses, since we are doing acids, so we will see uses. Sulfuric acid is the king of chemicals. It can also appear in give reason. Why? Because it is widely used. So manufacturing of fertilizers, petroleum refining, paints, dyes, synthetic fiber drugs, all these are day-to-day life you use. So many things where sulfuric acid is widely used. Therefore, it is called as king of chemicals. Nitric acid used in fertilizers, in explosive, that is TNT, artificial silk, dyes, plastic. Hydrochloric acid, cleaning metal surfaces before electroplating, galvanizing, removing scaly deposit from boilers, and in textile, food, leather and dye industries. So these are some applications of sulfuric acids, nitric acid and hydrochloric acids. Since we were doing acid, we need to know their uses as well. You had learn at least 3 to 4 uses of each. For 2 marks, it can appear in the paper. So now children, after this we will have observation of a virtual lab where you will actually perform, it's a virtual lab where you actually perform some chemical reaction and you will see yourself as you do it in the lab. So let us see children, the lab here we will see. Here it is. Here some reaction will take place. You will see acid you take an acid HCl, you add blue litmus, see it is turning red. Some more reaction. This is an app where you will actually do some testing with some chemicals as since we were doing acids, we will see some reactions here. So here there is a formation. You see blue litmus turning red. Now we will see when you added aluminium to HCl, the formation you can see of aluminium chloride plus hydrogen. So it's very interesting, children. You can also use this app. Here you can see aluminium reacting with HCl. You can see some gas formation. You will see some changes. You will see some color change. So as acid reacting with litmus you saw, acid reacting with metals you saw. So here are some reactions done for you. It's like a virtual lab. So you can select chemicals, you can react them, and you can see the change. Calcium plus water give you calcium hydroxide. You can see the bubbles of the gas coming out. And when you do how to discard this chemical and do the fresh reaction, you just have to keep your mobile upside down. It will the chemicals get discarded. So it's very interesting. Just see this done for you. It's like a virtual lab. We do some reactions and we will see the change. Here you can see the reactions. You will see the change. Here you can select from the list. You can see list of chemicals over there, whichever you want to. So Fe, when reacted with sulfuric acid, you can see hydrogen gas coming out. You can see the bubbles of hydrogen gas coming out. So it's very interesting. You can also try for yourself, children. See, you can throw this, you can discard this, children. Kindly use this app, children. Please use this app. This is extremely interesting, and since we have to do some lab activities, this will be very helpful for you to practically understand how these chemical reactions take place and what kind of changes you see. So you yourself can react some chemicals and you can see the change, the color change, the bubbles of gas coming out. So over here, when you react, see HCl and a base ferric hydroxide gives you ferric chloride plus water. That is a neutralization reaction over here done. So I have done for this for you all. See the reaction. You can discard the chemicals after the use. Just you have to turn your mobile upside down. So it's very interesting for you. So let us see. I have done most of the reaction with the acid since we have learned acid in this session. So now what? There are some more reactions coming up. Here you can see. You can select from the list. You can react with the acid and you will see yourself whatever you have learned in your theory. Is it happening? Some gas coming out or some color change can you observe? All that is possible, and this is really will be a big help for you since we can't go to the lab now. So here you can see sodium oxide reacting with water. There is some gas coming out and some reaction change or some change you can see. So very interesting, children. You can try yourself. You can discard, see how it's going. So just turn the mobile upside down. You can select from the list again. Select from the list again. Take an acid. Then see the change. See the change, children. Some reaction will happen. Some chemicals you react with acid, you will see some change. If the reaction is not possible, there will be no change. So this I hope you will try yourself, because soon we are going to start writing a journal where you need to understand some basics reaction and which we need to do it in the lab, which is not possible now. So you can see yourself those reactions over here. Now HCl plus sodium hydroxide, you can see the neutralization reaction happening here. So it's very interesting, children. I hope you will try this.